Hey, what is going on, you guys? My name is SubZeroExtabyte and I am coming at you today with a very special video. Now before we start anything, I want to warn you to please not try anything that you will be seeing at home. Everything that I am about to do is a result from me being a total dumb butt about everything that is going on. So if you do not want to end up like me in this video, then please do not try this at home. Now we shall move on to what is actually happening in today's video. Well, as you may remember, we had some encounters with Noob throughout the past couple of weeks and I was testing and fooling around with some ways to make all of that stop. Now I came across one of the best things ever, which are these blocks. They can instantly turn into a building or a structure, which makes moving easy. Now I just want you to know that I do not mind people being noobs, but when they come to me and come to my house and start fooling around, well, that is the moment where I will start to fire back. And with these blocks everything will go with portals, at least I hope. So now we have got this pyramid standing tall here, and the inside is all done and well. And no, this is not perfect, but it will do for me. Now of course, like it goes with everything in life, there is no such thing as the perfect life. I mean, my life is pretty good and all of that, but it is not perfect. And that is one thing that might just be pretty important for the people who look up to me. It is not about leading the perfect life, or leaving a flawless and faultless life. No, it is about being the perfect person in your life. Just be the person that you think is perfect, because that is all you have. You cannot change the outcomes in the world. The only thing in this world that you actually can change in a good or bad way is yourself. And now we shall just throw out the bad part, because no one wants to be the worst version of themselves. Just like I do not want the worst version of this video, so I should actually be going quite a bit, because I am lacking right now. I mean, I am trying my best, but it seems like that is not enough for this thing or block or whatever. I mean, this thing is taking everything out of me right now, and it is giving me nothing in return, except for maybe some funny footage, but that is it. Hey, what is up, you guys? I am SubZeroExtabyte and I am ready for today, because today will be the first day of a new day, which means that today is a new day. Yeah, that is right. That did not make any sense at all, and that does not matter, because we are going to try and get out of this pyramid. We have not done one of these things for a while, so you know, let's change it up for a change. Now this is a maze thing, which is pretty cool. Leave me a comment down below in the comment section if you know or like this one. And I hope that you think that this is pretty cool to do. But you know, it is a normal maze inside of a pyramid, so it is authentic. It is same old same old. I can just walk around here just like that and try to get out. That is basically what all the fuzz is about when it comes to these things. Now of course I am better than that. That is why this was just a demonstration of how you would fail in a normal pyramid. But you know, for me these are not all that hard. It is just a normal routine to follow. And of course, you know, like I said a couple of days ago in the video about my YouTubing life in Roblox, so you know, why not find something that is fun and athletic or challenging at the same time. And even though it might be challenging, that is just part of the fun to me, even though most of the easy mazes that are around already have been finished by me. So you know, that is not really that big of a deal for me. But of course that is not all, because when you do not pay enough attention to the map that you are playing, well then you just luck out and you are rather stuck, you know. But we are freed now, so that is cool. Now I am not trying to scare you or anything, but that is just how it is right now. That is just the way life goes. Even though it might be going so easy and stuff, that does not mean that you can just cruise through it like it is nothing and without paying attention, because that will end up biting you in the butt for sure. Now of course I do not want that to happen to me, but sometimes you just cannot do anything about the ways of life these days. Now is this the right way for another block? I am not a Boy Scout, so I don't know. So what is your guys' take on this thing right here, guys? I mean, it's a lot of fun, and we have gotten ourselves a football field or a soccer field, and it was easy. Now usually I say that I have never in my life envied a human being who led an easy life. I have envied a great many people who led difficult lives and led them well. That is basically the same when it comes to these blocks. You can just have an easy life and do nothing about it and just stroll through it. But it is the people who are leading the hard lives and make it look easy who you should be looking up to. That is why I like to keep things interesting by making things hard on myself from time to time, like failing on purpose. That is what I do a lot. Also in this video, of course. So right now with my stadium right here, I am not struggling a lot. But when you guys are watching this out of the comfort of your home, you will all just be like, well, that guy Sub-Zero there on the screen, well, he really did quite a good job on making everything look easy while he was struggling really hard. At least that is what I think that you are all going to be saying. I mean, I cannot know for sure now, can I? But that is all good for now, since we now have a stadium, and now an even bigger one, boys and girls. I mean, it would just plain be unfair if you had to watch me do all of this so perfect and swift without a care in the world, and you guys are out there struggling trying to become as great as me in these things. So sometimes I will fail on purpose just to make it look a little less hard. I mean, come on, I would not be able to do all of this without you guys. So if you guys want to be like me, that would be pretty hard. So I have to put in some flaws to myself. I mean, no one is flawless except for me, of course. So you know, maybe that is the reason why I should be doing all of this, just so that you guys can see that having flaws is just a way of life. But then again, I am a Roblox character, so I am not really sure if that also counts for me. But now that the cat is out of the bag, I will just hope that you guys appreciate the fact that I sometimes end up failing on purpose, just so that you guys can see that I am also human, even though I am better than anyone else in these types of things. Just so that you know, that is like the best idea that I have ever come up with right now. But first things first, I am already proud of the fact that I was able to get the idea from myself, which I had applied to the noob problem, and now we can build houses when we want. So that was a pretty awesome thing, to be honest. But I was able to apply that same idea that I used on the noob problem, and I am going to be putting it to work with the housing problem that I have got right now. But I am just hoping that once I am done with all of this right here, that I can just live here in peace again. But something is telling me that this will not work out the way that I wanted it to. It is just something that I feel coming up. I mean, that does not mean that this is a bad thing. I mean, I would rather have things go wrong while I am in the beginning stages of getting through this, because otherwise I would have to start all over again when I am almost done. But that is not something that I want to do right now. So I am just praying to the gods that this will all work out in one go this time. So let's hope so. This is going to be easy, you guys. I do not even have to build anymore. But it is just something that I will have to cope with until everything right here has all been sorted out. And I can tell you that when the day comes, I am going to be celebrating so hard that it actually is pretty insane to myself. I mean, I am going to be excited like crazy once I am all done with this thing, because I just think that after all this time that I just deserve a little break from everything right now. I mean, we have been through a lot the last couple of months, so I am just going to be hoping that this easy approach to my house actually works. Otherwise, like I just said, I am going to be real cool man. Okay, maybe not a cool man because it is not like the houses are that cool, but I am just going to be making sure that once I get this done that I am going to go right back to bed for like a week, because right now I actually am kind of a dead man when it comes to this. I mean, there is no such thing as getting too much sleep for me right now, but because of this I do not have to do anything anymore. So I am just going to be hoping that this easy approach to my house actually works. Otherwise, like I just said, I am going to be real cool man. Okay, maybe not a cool man because it is not like the houses are that cool, but I am just going to be making sure that once I get this done that I am going to go right back to bed for like a week, because right now I actually am kind of a dead man when it comes to this. I mean, there is no such thing as getting too much sleep for me right now, but because of this I do not have to do anything anymore. But this does not only have upsides to it, there are definitely some downsides to this whole ordeal, because right now it just feels like I am not even doing anything anymore. All day long I am just roaming around my house and stuff without a thought, and I am just so tired that I have got no idea what to go do. But then when I think that I might be able to go to bed, and the second that my head hits my pillowcase, there is another person at my door and I have got to get up again to be able to defend the fort. I mean, there is not worse feeling than this, but all of that will soon come to an end because I actually feel confident about this right now. But however I might be feeling about this easy blocks of mine that I am using, it will still take a lot of time before I am actually done with this thing because there is just so much work to do right now. Maybe I should hire some people to come and work for me and build this thing for me. Oh wait, never mind, I am cool right now and that is not what I should do, because I am trying to keep the people out of this Minecraft realm, and of course if they were to be the ones who build this thing, then they would be finding out where I would live, and of course I do not have to use anyone to build something because of these blocks, or I should pack it up and move it somewhere else. But I will not go and do that because that looks like just a little bit too much of a hassle, which is not what I am looking for right now, because if I have got to work even more on this thing I will probably end up losing my mind over it, which is not what I am looking for right now. So I am just going to go ahead and get this all over with so that I can actually get some stuff done instead of trying to be a builder and a talker at the same time. I am just thinking out loud right now, so just bear with me so that we can actually get done with some stuff right here, because otherwise we are still going to be fooling on this thing for the better part of a year or something like that. But to be honest, that is just an educated guess on my end of the spectrum. But let's continue with what I was saying a minute ago, and I was talking about building a modern cool house, because this is something that I think is really awesome, because the modern house is by far my favorite one out of all of the styles that you have got around here today, which is not that good now that I start thinking about it. It is actually smart that I think about this kind of stuff right now before I start doing them in the first place, but still that would be pretty cool. At least that is what I think. I mean, no one is going to expect a thing right now, and that is exactly what I want with this right here. So no one will ever be able to go and start stealing some of my ideas again, which is good, so that I do not have go out and make more stuff over and over and over and over again, like I always have to do. So alright, if I may say so myself, I think that the blocks of ease, aka the easy blocks stuff, is coming along pretty nicely. Of course we are just setting up the blocks and stuff right now, but like Donald Trump says, there is nothing better than a block or Roblox. Okay, he did not really say that, but just let me have a moment here, okay? But yeah, even though we are still building the stuff kind of so that everything is sturdy in here, it is actually looking pretty nice. To be honest, building these new things right now also makes me feel at home for some reason, and because I always used to make these things a couple of years back when I was just playing on my own instead of with you guys, but you know, that might actually just be me rambling, to be honest. Who knows actually, I just know that it feels good to be making this thing right now. But of course I am going to keep feeling this feeling of being home and this feeling of nostalgia. So I thought that today I am going to be pursuing that feeling of nostalgia. And I mean, I really love the feeling of nostalgia just because it makes me feel at home, and it gives me a little throwback to my childhood and stuff. So I am just going to go ahead and do whatever it takes to get that nostalgic feeling back into my veins. And that is really something that I long for right now. Even though all of this has nothing to do with the modern house tutorial, I just feel like sometimes it is just good to talk about things like this, because you could just build this house right here, and it would not feel like home. That would be a bad thing, because we also have a freaking road that we can build with ease right now. Come on dudes, this is insane. But alright guys, let me tell you a story about how I got into Minecraft in the first place. While I will be showcasing a lot of stuff that you can actually make with these blocks, keep your eyes peeled for that. So like the first time in Minecraft in like ever, and it was because of Doc Oswald, as you might be able to figure out for yourself. And I bet that you are already sitting there like, what did Dr. Oswald do this time to get you inside of this prison again? Well, it is a pretty lengthy story, but I will try to crop it down a little so that I do not bore you guys, and neither bore myself. So basically the doc, he just asked me if I was able to drop by his labs one day, and of course I am a great friend and I did just that. Well, like I said a couple of months ago, I was not going to be doing any more tests for the doctor just because he always screws things up. Well, this time, I just sat down in his little office chair. Then it just activated this chain reaction where I rolled backwards, pretty much like the dude from Futurama, and I fell into this little machine that put me into the simulation. But that was not all. I was just there because I forgot some stuff in my lockers at the doc's office. So basically, if I was not such a mess and I would have just taken all of my stuff with me when I left there last week, then I would not have this problem right now. So beware if you leave your stuff behind somewhere. I am not saying that you will actually end up inside of some shady prison simulation, But I am also not saying that this will not happen to you. I mean, things like these seem to happen to me all the time. So I guess why should it not be able to happen to you? But I would never wish anything like this to you guys. Because these kind of simulations, well, they are just really annoying. But I am not going to deep into that. Now we are basically done so that I can test to see if this base is fully operational. Yes, I just quoted Star Wars again and again and again. What are you going to do about it? That is right, there is nothing that you can do about it because right now SubZeroExtabyte is a free man. So I am closing the video right now. I still hope that you have enjoyed this as much as ever. And I would love to see you guys in the next video.